Welcome everyone to One Brothas Mind with KD Smooth. In today's world, black first choices are mandatory. Choose wisely or your bondage will increase. You need all the information. This broadcast begins with my monologue and concludes with our discussion. Together, let's explore the facts, propaganda, lies, and hidden information to uncover the truth we need. Our work begins now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's KD Smooth coming back at you from One Brothas Mind. We're coming at you with a new broadcast, a new story for today. Something that I found something that I expected, and it's the story about this Bill Belichick, the head coach of the New England Patriots football team in NFL, and this text message that he sent to the previous fired head coach from the Miami Dolphins, Brian Flores. So we're going to chop it up on that one here in just a second. And we're gonna get in on this story here again about the New England Patriots and the head coach for previous head coach for the Miami Dolphins. So here we go, as you see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Also, just before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. Trying to provide helpful information for the B1 community, as well as just people in general, but especially with the focus with the B1 community here. I'm laughing, y'all, because I literally just, first off, I'm still in YouTube jail, y'all. I think I'm supposed to be getting out in the morning. But I'm still in YouTube jail, so I'm going to upload this. So when you get access to this broadcast, I actually recorded it while in YouTube jail. So anyway, this, I literally, while also in YouTube jail, I recorded a sports show like 2 days ago. One Brothas Mind sports show, the first sports show we have here on One Brothas Mind, and I literally said these exact words, and that is, I said that the NFL is racist as hell, and it's been that way from the very start, right? And I got a little pushback on that, but I made my claim and statement, and I felt I backed it up. And then it wasn't even 2 days later, this story is reported. I got it here from CBS Boston, as you see on your screen. And if you guys want to actually see the text and everything, you probably can't see it on your phone, but pull this up on your computer or on your TV or something, somewhere where you can actually see everything on the screen real good. But let's just jump into this. I'm going to just read the headline and then we're going in, y'all. We're going in. All right. Accidental Bill Belichick text message at center of Brian Flores racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL and Giants. Okay, this was published, as you see there, February 1st, here on CBS Boston. Okay, so I'm just going. I pulled out a few highlights from the story, that I want to really highlight here. So I want to read those. Bill Belichick, the coach of the New England Patriots, the current coach, the Super Bowl winning coach, Bill Belichick texts the wrong Brian to congratulate him for getting the Giants head coaching job. According to a lawsuit filed by former Dolphins head coach and former Patriots assistant coach Brian Flores, which you see pictured on the right, the black coach. The lawsuit showed text messages of Bill Belichick sending congratulations to Flores, the black coach on the right, for landing the Giants job on January 24th. The text was sent 2 days prior to Flores actually interviewing for that same job. So he congratulated him on getting the new job 2 days before he ever even interviewed y'all. So after receiving the text, Flores initially appeared confused by the text message. So he texts back and asks Belichick, Coach, are you talking to Brian Flores or Brian Dable? I'm just making sure. So basically, y'all, Belichick had both of these coaches in his message tree for his text messages. So he typed in Brian and just went ahead and sent the message, but he sent it to Flores, Brian Flores, but he meant to send the message on January 24th to Brian Dable. Okay? And again, Brian Flores received that message and was like, wait, what? Coach, did you mean to send this message to me? Belichick replied, sorry, I effed up. I effed this up. I double checked and I misread the text. I think they are naming Dabo. I'm sorry about that, BB. I guess that's BB is some kind of nickname he got for Brian Flores. Okay, the lawsuit, Brian Flores' lawsuit, alleges that Flores was then forced to sit through a dinner with Joe Schoen, the Giants' new general manager, knowing that the Giants had already selected Mr. Dabo as their new coach because of the text message. Much worse on Thursday, January 27th, 3 days later, after the 24th, he got the text message. Brian Flores, Coach Flores, had to give an extensive interview for a job that he already knew he would not get. He interviewed for the actual Giants job, y'all. He had one scheduled on January 27th, but he had already got a text message on January 24th from Belichick saying that they was giving the job to Dabo. Okay? This interview that was held for no reason, because they had already undercover decided to give the job to Dabo. This interview that was held for no reason other than for the Giants to demonstrate falsely and fraudulently to the NFL League Commissioner Roger Goodell and the public at large that it was in compliance with the Rooney Rule. Okay, for those that don't know, the Rooney Rule was a rule that was put in, named after Art Rooney, the previous owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He came up with an idea and a thing to put in place for the NFL to implement, and that was to require all teams to at least have to interview a black head coach option as a part of the process of selecting and hiring a new head coach when coaching vacancies were there. The intentions were great. It was intended to give black potential head coaches opportunity to at least get in for an interview, right? And then if they got in for an interview, hopefully more owners would actually be impressed enough to hire more black coaches, head coaches. Okay? That's what the Rooney Rule was the theory and was designed to do. But as you guys see and hear from this story, this is one of the ways that the NFL owners have always gotten around or worked around the Rooney Rule. And it's the old go-to for racist white owners, or you could say suspected white supremacist owners, which I would drop the suspected term off. Okay? And that is what they've always done. They practice what's always been done throughout American history, okay, for white supremacy, as in they get together amongst themselves, meaning powerful white business owners, government people, whatever power structure you have, all the way down to the NFL owners as their power structure. They get together and communicate amongst themselves in private in regards to what they're actually going to do. And then in public, they put on the facade of doing what is required legally in regards to offering equal opportunity to black people, or in this instance, offering equal opportunity to black coaches. So they get together, whether it's on their own, in their homes, wherever, out playing golf, you know how they do, the old boys network, and they chop it up, talk about what they gonna do and what they ain't gonna do, you know, full well knowing that they gotta go tap dance and make it look like they're giving black people equal opportunity, all the while laughing and knowing that they are beating the system on purpose. They are usurping any rules and actions that are put in place to try to implement equal opportunity. Okay? This process, this old school, old boys network, this is America, y'all. This has always been America. Okay? Now, in going back through history, you go all the way back to the beginning, they didn't have to hide it. It was just right out blatantly in your face. No, boy, get away from here. You can't work for me. You know, denying black people anything and everything, right? But then, slowly but surely, as different so-called laws, were new laws and civil rights laws and affirmative action laws and all these different things started to be put in place, all that most of the white supremacists did in all contexts, sports, business, government, you name it, the only thing that they did was start communicating privately amongst themselves and maintaining what they had always done. And then, again, for the public, when they did and spoke in public or did actions in public, they would give the appearance that they were actually giving black people equal opportunity and options for these jobs and opportunity for you name it. The whole time knowing it was bulls. Okay? And they've been laughing about it. It's been going on, y'all, for so long. It's been the status quo for so long. They are crazy arrogant with it and about it. Okay? In all circles. Which is why, in addition to the 400 years being up, family, in addition to that, this is why here in the last couple of years especially, you're starting to see a whole wave of situations that are coming out that are exposing, just like this one, the white supremacist, systematic white supremacy that has been in this country and in many other countries for centuries. It's being exposed now because it's being done so arrogantly for so long. So this brother, I ain't mad, I would have done the same thing. Because he actually, literally, the text message that he received is the slam dunk evidence that proves the NFL's white supremacy, systematic white supremacy in regards to coaching opportunities in the NFL from the white NFL owners. It literally proves it. It's the perfect example. They already know who's being hired for the new coaching vacancies before it's announced to the public. Now, that in itself is not a problem. You know, in many different situations, you know, if you're on the inside, you're going to find out what's coming before it's announced to the public. But to find it out, send a text message to a black coach that's about to be interviewed for the job. Okay, that's like, okay, you set up an interview for a new job yourself, right? And the manager or the HR person that's doing your interview send you, or that's another HR person that's in the same company, finds out that the decision has already been made to hire person X. Okay? Person A. Let's say that. Person A. But they're going to finish with the remaining interviews, but the decision, they already know the decision has been made. We're going to hire person A. We don't care who else interviews. We just going to do this. We're going to interview a couple black people just to, you know, give the appearance that we are in compliance with affirmative action laws and equal opportunity laws from the EEOC and all that song and dance. But we already know we're going to hire person A. And then somehow, somebody in that company seeing person B, the black person that has a scheduled interview, a text message revealing that they already know they're going to hire person A. Well, then what's the point of having your interview? Lord, y'all, it's so arrogant, it's so bad. But, you know, an extra side note with this so-called Belichick guy, there's a lot of people that are fans of him. I am not, neither him or Tom Brady. They are cheaters. They are proven cheaters. And yet the NFL props them up and celebrates them as if they're great. They're proven cheaters. I don't care what you say. They're flat out proven cheaters. Both of them. Okay? So this new story, this doesn't surprise me at all about a known or coming from a known cheater. That's what they do. This is the stuff they do. So, y'all, we're gonna follow this story at One Brothas Mind because I'm interested to see the outcome. They're gonna do Shabba-Doo turbo breakdancing. Gordell's about to do some Shabba-Doo turbo breakdancing. Commissioner Gordell and the owners of the New York Giants, they about to do the Tour de France broom breakdance routine, trying to clean this up and brush this under the rug. But it's actually already a lawsuit, so they ain't gonna be able to completely get rid of it. They gonna try to pay this brother off. They gonna try everything to get rid of this. Cause this exposes them, y'all. This exposes them so bad. Okay? And this actually, in my opinion, also confirms what your boy Colin Kaepernick suggested and said in his Netflix show, which I definitely encourage y'all to check that out. It was fire. Please check that out. But he suggested in his Netflix show that the NFL is basically modern day slavery, which in many ways it is. Exactly the way he described it. Okay? He got into the whole aspect of basically you have a systematic white supremacy system in place, a sports system, okay, a league that uses predominantly black athletes and players as its product, okay? And because the league and the coaches and the owners are the ones that maintain this systematic white supremacy system within the NFL, they are also the ones who control the purse strings of the NFL, as well as they are also the ones who control what college players actually get drafted or get opportunities to try out for teams or get actual positions and jobs in the NFL. So this white supremacist system, NFL system, is in control of all of that. So for black players and black coaches who want these opportunities, because you potentially can make a lot of money in the NFL, because of that access to that money opportunity, most black players and black coaches, they stay virtually quiet about the reality of the white supremacist, systematic white supremacist system within the NFL. Because if they speak out against it, they get Kaepernick, or they get treated and banned the exact same way they did Kaepernick. So the only two options for black players and coaches is either to duck their heads and just go along to get along with this white supremacist NFL system so they can get access to make some money, or they speak out against it and get banned, and now they can't make money or play in the NFL or all of the above. Okay? So that's what black players have been doing since the very beginning of the NFL. The very beginning of college football. It's been this It's the same thing, y'all. The same thing. So black players, black men, young men in college and grown men in the NFL have had to daily make this decision. Do I check this racist system, these racist coaches and owners? Do I check them and go at their necks and no longer have opportunity to make the kind of money that I can make here? The kind of money that will help pull, for most black players, their families out of poverty, out of crazy poverty, where they would have money to make investments, start other businesses, etc., and begin to, if they do well enough, begin to generate generational wealth for their black family. That's the decision that most black NFL players have been making every day. Every time a white supremacist racist coach or owner says something or does something disrespectful to them, most of them bite their tongue till it bleeds, because the money will help their family too much. Okay? But there have been a few, like Colin Kaepernick, and there have been a couple others here just a couple weeks ago. You know, in my opinion, that's what is at the core of this whole AB situation with Tampa Bay. Antonio Brown is AB, is what I'm saying, y'all. That's what that is at the core of it. The way they've been treating him. If you watch his interviews, he speaks to them. He's like, the way they've been treating me and talking to me. And he's saying, y'all, I am a made man when it comes to the NFL. He is one of the greatest NFL wide receivers in NFL history. And he worked and earned that. They didn't just give that to him. He took it by his work and sweat. And so now that he's a made man, and he finally earned his huge contracts that he gets and that has gotten, he's got his 30 mil. He got that from Pittsburgh. So he's playing, and he keeps saying he wants to continue to play because he wants to continue to play for other reasons. But money is not his primary reason anymore. He got his paper. He got his bag. He just wants to continue to play. Right? And so you have what happened go down in Tampa Bay, you know, and we'll never hear all the gory details, you know, of how it all transpired, because you got to remember, Tom Brady is the one that said, I want AB here, bring AB here. The coach originally in Tampa Bay said, nah, we ain't bringing him in for nothing. No, hell no. And then Tom Brady was like, hold up, wait a minute, player. I got some say in this. And then they actually brought him in. So the coach never wanted Antonio Brown to play in Tampa Bay. But it ended up working out because of Brady. And he's there now. So you can imagine what's been the quality of communication and interaction between that head coach and AB since he got there. It's been suspect the whole time, and it's been building. Issue after issue, it's been building. So that when this whole thing happened, where he turned around, and because AB wouldn't go back in because his ankle was hurt, he didn't want to play on his hurt ankle anymore, risking further damage and all of that. And because he wouldn't go back in the game, Bruce Arians turned around and was like, oh, you done, you out of here. And did the throat slash like, you done in Tampa Bay, you ain't playing for us no more. you out, when Arians did all of that, that was utter disrespect to one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history. A wide receiver being Antonio Brown, who actually just helped them win a Super Bowl the year before. Again, earning his keep by putting in work, helping, doing his job. And this is how you gonna talk to me and try to treat me? And I already got my back. So, like I mentioned in my sports show, Antonio Brown was like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. I don't think so. I'm AB. Now, again, like I said in my sports show, AB got his own other psychological problems. I will say that. I'm not excusing all of AB's past and the stuff he done know. But this specific instance here in Tampa Bay, I'm with him 100%. Why? Because AB said, I'm a grown man. I've earned my keep. I've put in the work. I'm a made man because of that. And I am going to get my respect. And if I don't, I am going to keep my integrity as a grown man. If you gonna disrespect me, I'm out. And I'm gonna go out the way I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out skipping, doing jumping jacks in the end zone on my way out. The heck with you. But you have to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, what is it that made Bruce Arians feel that he could communicate with AB like that and do the throat slash and tell him he's out of town? You say first right off, you say, well, he's the head coach, so he can say that. But wait, this was during the game. This was right after or in response to AB saying, Coach, I can't go. I can't play. Y'all know my ankle jacked up. Now, a respectful coach would have not said anything. Okay, he can't go. All right. They will finish the game. They go in the locker room. Once they're in private, the coach directly or indirectly will get word to AB. Okay, we're ready to part ways. This is not working out. You know the same old little bland, blase. And that's how it would have more respectfully ended. But no, homeboy Arians was like, I'm gonna tell you how I want to tell you on national TV in front of the world. That's the whole mindset of a complex of power. When you're sick and you're so absorbed with power, you feel like you disrespect anyone. That's what that is. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to, get y'all up to speed on what's always been going on in NFL. And with this story here with Bill Belichick, this just exposes it. There's no way around it. They're going to try to find a way, though. But it's just what it is. And here's another piece, y'all. It wasn't just maybe a couple of months ago. I watched some NFL interviews of some retired black NFL stars. I know one was Eric Dickerson. And there was a couple other ones. Big stars like that, right? And in some kind of which a roundabout way, the interviewer person, it was in a more relaxed setting environment, but the interviewer person asked them basically how do they feel about the NFL now, since they've retired and years have gone by. And I know Eric Dickerson said it. You guys got to look it up on YouTube. And several other ones said, F the NFL. F them. Why would these stars, these black stars, feel that way, y'all? Because the entire time that they played in the NFL, they received this type of disrespectful, white supremacist motivated treatment. And they had to take it because it was the most money that they could potentially make for themselves and their family. So they took it. They endured it. As much of it as they could. Without going totally public and exposing it. Because if they did, they know they would get the same thing that happened to them like the NFL did Kaepernick. So they took it. Can you imagine? That's like a that's like post-traumatic stress disorder. You in a psychological cage, a mental cage, family. Just so you can eat, so you can get opportunity. You're basically a POW, if you will, as the black players in the NFL. They're basically POWs, or as Kaepernick put it, slaves. They have to take and endure whatever is dished out to them. Whatever is dished out to them. Unless, of course, somebody sends a text message and exposes what's being dished out to them. Then they're able to take that evidence and immediately file a lawsuit. So, right on, Brother Flores. Do your thing. Do your thing. Don't accept no payoffs. Use this as an opportunity, please, to expose the entire NFL, the commissioner, all of them. Because if you take a payoff, Flores, a settlement, nothing changes. They continue doing what they've been doing. You got them dead to rights with this. Please don't take a settlement with this, brother. Bust they ass on this. Now, as a side note, I have to say here, One Brothas Mind, I'm an advocate for the players and coaches, the black players and coaches, starting our own black NFL league. But most of them and most of y'all ain't ready for that kind of movement. Because the reality, even with what I advocate, where are the media? Where are the cameras? The sports networks? Where are they gonna go if black players and coaches, if the top black players and coaches decided to start their own black NFL league tomorrow and start playing over there as opposed to in the current NFL? Where do you think the cameras are gonna go? They're gonna follow the black players and the black NFL league, because that's where the best talent is, the best players are in the world, right? And when the cameras follow them, the money, the endorsements, the arenas are going to ultimately follow them. That's how you, in my opinion, here at One Brothas Mind, that's how you fix the system. Take it. You don't ask for permission. As my man Seti once said, General Seti, Sultan Seti, you don't ask for what's yours, you take it. For y'all that know about that. But but y'all, let me know what you think about this story. Like I said, we gonna follow this. And I'm holding back so much, y'all. I can go on further down this rabbit hole and keep going and going, man. But I'm not. I got another broadcast I'm working on that I'm going down that rabbit hole. On this, I'm going all the way in, y'all. And I pray to Yeshua the Christ that He gives me the ability to do this upcoming broadcast in such a way that it don't get banned or get my channel shut down. But I'm sorry, y'all. It's just the kind of person I am. I gotta go in. I got to go in. And that's on this the Whoopi Goldberg situation and what she said on The View. I ain't even gonna get into it right now, y'all. But she was trying to help y'all. Most of y'all don't realize what she actually said. And I'm gonna break it down for you, and then I'm gonna take it all the way there. But anyway, okay, again, let me stop. Y'all, let me know what you think about this Belichick story and the white supremacy system in the NFL against black coaches. It's cut and dry, but it's gonna be fun to watch the song and dance, the break dancing that Belichick, the Giants owner, and Roger Goodell and the NFL try to do here right now. And this just happened just before the Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl was in a few days, and boom, Belichick drops this one. Every one of the white owners is like, God, man, come on, man. Really, Bill? Really? Why you gotta do this to us now, dog? Come on, Bill. Come on, man, please, man. Oh, man. They sit back crying right now. God, we just got over the Kaepernick situation, and that started to blow over, and we was getting back to normal. The numbers was getting right, and then here you go. So it's gonna be fun to watch this, to follow this. But Mr. Flores, please do not settle this lawsuit. Take it through the courts to its fullest, because this is criminal activity. It's against all of the civil rights laws, the affirmative action laws, and all the EEOC laws and requirements. It's against everything. Okay? So, pull out of this everything that you can, please, 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 to not only make things better for yourself, but if the NFL as it is currently is going to continue to make things better for black players and black coaches going forward. All right, y'all. That's him for today. That's this broadcast. We thank you for joining us here at One Brothas Mind. Please, like I said, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think once I upload this video after I get out of YouTube jail. And know that we at One Brothas Mind here are a part of the new black media, where B1 choices are mandatory and being on code is required. But never fear, Yeshua the Christ is with you always. Shalom.